is my 7th or 8th trip here, but it's always impressive every time. I think the constant increase in the number of houses that Fuller Center has been building here is really impressive, and just the changes. We didn't get to see quite as much of that this year of the before, but on these trips we see a lot of amazing things, and the one that always sticks with me is usually what we do is we go and look at who will help next, and we look at a project that's being done or is done, and when you look at the places where the people are that we're trying to pull them out of, they live in some pretty squalid conditions, and it's very upsetting. So to see them the next year in their nice new Fuller Center homes is always really just touching and amazing.
If you're used to the typical barrios, the neighborhoods are unsafe. They're strewn with garbage. There's sewage running down the streets. They're often dirt roads, unpaved, very unsanitary. The houses are made up of tin or whatever they can piece together. You come here and the people say, I don't live in a barrio anymore, I live in a colonia. To them it's like a gated community. It's safe, they have electricity with lights at night, paved roads, they have wells with decent water that they can actually drink, and they have a sewage system that takes their waste away. And so I've always said as a physician, if you get rid of the problems of the sewage contaminating water supplies and provide for them clean water, you can eliminate 90% of the medical problems.
And we were able to go to revisit Awachapon, which my first trip 6 years ago, we were able to launch that community, bless it, and be a part of it, and just seeing its transformation. You know, the first time we were there, it was a construction site. The second time we were there, it was people moving to their homes. And there were homes we designed, homes that it was like a blank slate, but coming back, you know, over the years, just seeing the progression of the community that's been formed there, it's really unbelievable to go from the blank slate to the community of the kids and the safety and everybody out playing. It just felt so cozy. You know, you look at the kids and look at the families and they're happy. There's joy there. And so those things, you know, those are lasting things that'll last on your heart. They certainly affect me for the rest of my life. And that's why we continue to come back. We're going to look for more opportunities to help the people here in El Salvador.
Folks here are learning to love one another, take care of one another, and right where we're standing, we're actually going to build a little church. So they'll have a community center and a church, and that'll even help more solidify the community. But my goodness, it's changed since I was here last. They've added on and fixed their houses up, put in plantings. It's quite something what they've done.
But the best thing for me is the housing piece and how that kind of sets the stage for the future. So instead of living in dirt floors, these families get a whole new opportunity at life. Not only that, it's theirs and they have to pay on a monthly basis, so they have some skin in the game. And while that may seem harsh, there's a dignity that's connected with this that really makes a difference in their lives. And so helping them to understand that there's something beyond the hole of maybe which they were in, and then bringing the gospel to them on top of it, I can think of no better way to do it than that.
We don't build just houses, we build dignity. And that comes with the house. These people are very proud and they feel very special that they can own a home when before all they could do was rent. And having a home was never in the equation. So now they're part of a community, they're part of something bigger than they are. And they now have dignity. They can lock their homes at night and walk away. They don't have to worry about people stealing from them. And the kids are healthy. They can study at night because they have light. They're not inhaling smoke because they used to cook with wood. Now they have other forms of energy to do that with. So the whole environment has completely been transformed. And you can tell the smiles of the kids and the faces of the parents, and just look at the overall nutrition of the kids, and you see a big difference.
You know, it's a spirit of community that's created, and especially in the home, in the neighborhoods that are built. We visited a home last night. I think we were on Awachapon, and it was nighttime. And it's December here in El Salvador, so the Christmas lights were adorned on the porches and blinking and flashing on everybody's front porches. And it was just a beautiful, peaceful night. It was dusk, and I was just walking by myself down the streets and back up the streets and just thinking how peaceful it is here. And what a sense of community that there is. These kids just running and playing and laughing, and moms holding their babies, just sitting on their front porch, just saying hi to one another as we walk by. And I thought to myself, I could live here. I could live in a community like this, because there was just such a sense of peace and community. That's the word. And we hope that. We pray for that. We pray that that is the result of the neighborhoods, especially with the Fuller Center for Housing, the neighborhoods that Fuller Center creates. We pray that not only is there safety and shelter, that basic need, but also the greater sense of community that can develop from that. And then from there, the kingdom of God grows and thrives.